Hello, Pyro Media family. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. We hope your experience with us is fruitful. While we are loading your experience, please do us a quick favor and hit that like button from whichever platform you're watching or listening on. And we do hope you consider hitting that subscribe or follow button so you can check out more of our amazing content. All right, let's start the show.
What is going on, kings, queens, and the entire spectrum in between? It is your boy Kwame, and I am here by myself doing the dang on things for Kwame Speaks. I hope you guys are having a great evening. It's we got a lot to talk about today. But we're gonna keep it cute. We're gonna keep it clean. We're gonna do what we gotta do. All right. There's a lot in the news, but I picked 3 topics. What's going on, Dr. Holt? What's going on? How are you? Well, hello to you, sir. Yes, I have been super busy, so I apologize for some of the shows. Like, I did not do the reality TV edition today for Pyro Power Hour, but we will be action-packed, ready to go to talk about some things all tomorrow morning with Mona. And we have a special surprise over on Pyro Cocktail Hour this week. We have a special guest coming on in. So shout out to y'all that are joining in on the Patreon. So go ahead and make sure you guys hit that up. Shout out to you, Michaela. What's up, Queen? Thank you for coming on through. We appreciate you and all that you do. Yes. All right, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. Welcome to Kwame Speaks. Yes, because I need to look. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Letitia on tomorrow. I promise you that. We're definitely gonna talk about Letitia on tomorrow because we have some words. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Just a couple of things that we want to let people know about. Make sure you guys are joining the hotspot. The hotspot is our Patreon, patreon.com/Pyro Media. You can hit that up by only paying $5 a month. It is just less than a cup of coffee. So make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. And also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure you subscribe to Pyro Media or to Kwame Speaks Official. Yes, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. All right, y'all. And everything that we talk about on today is alleged, okay? It's all alleged. Don't be coming over there trying to sue me or Pyro Media, okay? And yes, everything that we talk about on today is my own thoughts, my own opinions, and does not reflect Pyro Media Network or its subsidiaries. What's going on, Chrissy Champagne over on Instagram? Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you. And Lucretia Monique, thank you for coming on through, Queen. Appreciate you for coming on through. Arvandaville, Arvandalil. Okay. Thank you for coming on through for that. So over there on Instagram, forgive me for mispronouncing your name. And Zia Sings, thank you so much for coming on Instagram. Instagram is shouting out, so I appreciate you guys so much for coming on through. All right, y'all, let's get into it. Cupcake is in the building. Wait a dang minute. We back over here. Hell, I was at the pool house. Were you? Were you at the pool house? Come on through, Cupcake. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate Dr. Holt and Cupcake for coming on. I think you know, but yes, I am streaming to both channels. Yes, I am. But I want everybody to go over to Pyro Media Network. So yes, shout out to everybody going over there. Yeah, you said that right. What's up, Chrissy Champagne? Chrissy, if you want, you can join the rest of the peeps that are chatting over here on Pyro Media's YouTube channel. But if you feel comfortable staying on Instagram, no problem. I can read your comments just as good here. All right, y'all, let's get into some things here. We have a lot to talk about, and I don't want to hesitate. First up, we're going to be talking about Terrance Howard. Okay. This may be something new for some of y'all. This may be I may be late to the game. I don't care. I definitely want to have a conversation about Mr. Howard and some of the things and the shenanigans that he's doing. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about. I'm just trying to find an angle there. That's a better one. We're gonna go ahead and have a conversation about him. So Terrance Howard was in the news recently, or not in the news rather. He did an interview rather this, I believe it was this week, or even late last week, regarding his pay, or lack thereof, for Empire. He is estimating that, or alleging rather, that he is estimated owed $120 million. That here is all we need to talk about, child. See, I wish my brother was here. I wish my brother was here. I was talking to my big brother Malik. Shout out to my big brother Malik, and he gave me a whole thing about the hair. Okay, can we just talk about it? How am I supposed to take you seriously? How am I supposed to take you seriously if you are talking to me in the hair? Now, my brother was sitting there saying, "Well, bro, maybe." Oh, see, there his ass go. Okay. Hey Malik, shout out to you. And I don't know what a Num Yoho Renge Kyo type photo you got in your thing, but that's fine. You know, do your thing. All right. He says he's a method actor. Sure, Jan, that's fine. He can be a method actor. But when I'm having a conversation with you and you roll up on me like this, we have a problem. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. Okay? But anyway, let's get back to the story. Let's go ahead and take a look at what Mr. Terrance Howard had to say about his pay. Okay?
CAA, Creative Artists Agency, they represented me. Mm-hmm. They also represented some of the people from Big Bang Theory. Mm-hmm. They also did the deal with Fox. Mm-hmm. My show was with Fox. The people from Big Bang was with Fox. Mm-hmm. We had 28 million viewers. They had 11 million viewers. Yeah. They were getting $2 million, damn near $3 million an episode. Those white kids that had no name recognition, no Oscar nominations, none of that. We have 28 million viewers, and these jokers are paying me $325,000 an episode. And I'm like, every year I'm asking my agents what's going on. I didn't know that the packaging deal, my agents were incentivized to keep my pay low, so they'll go to Fox and say no, and they'll say no themselves because they were producers. They owe me over $120 million based on what would have been paid to white counterparts. Yeah. So now I'm in the process of suing them about it. And when I asked them about my money, they sent me a check for $666. $666 to say. Wait. $666 exactly. What? Not saying where it's from. So I was like, "Oh, y'all trying to threaten me. This is a This is a threat. This is a threat right here. And y'all think I'm scared? You think I'm gonna be quiet about this? Because I wonder what you're doing to every other Black artist."
Yeah. Well,
now what he's saying is possibly, this is all alleged, we don't know, but what he's saying is not, I think, should be talked about, right? Our sister Taraji brought up inequality when it came to our Black women in the industry. So these are questions that we have. But how can we take you seriously when you're wearing this? How? Okay? But let's see what the people say. The people say, Dr. Holt says, "Cal, check the cameras at Diddy's house for this girl here." I don't think he was at Diddy's house. I really don't. I know you think everybody's a gal, Dr. Holt, but I don't think he did anything. Michaela says, "I don't know. I don't understand anything he's saying, because the way his head blowed out, making them look like a chick, it's giving me P. Diddy swallowed." Okay, y'all. Malik says, "All I see is a Black man who got robbed by the Sky Fox. That's the real story." Okay. Swallowed up and whipped that hair back and forth. Okay. He's a method actor. You know what? I believe, Malik, that you got handed an envelope. That's what I believe. But we're gonna leave that alone. Dr. Ho says, man, I wish we had gifts in here because girls. Listen, I feel bad for him. I do. I do think that there's a question. There's some concern that we need to have. There's some things going on with Mr. Howard. But I think we should really see what's going on with it. I think I don't understand the 666 check. Like that was a little odd for me. If that actually happened. So I don't know. I think this is weird. Something else that's weird. Let's go ahead and move on into the next situation. Let's talk about Jonathan Majors. Okay. So Jonathan Majors had a whole, y'all know the whole situation with Jonathan Majors, child. With him, it's giving Studio 54. Okay, I can't take it. Y'all can't take me seriously. I can't take him seriously. I can't. Jonathan Majors lost the case between him and his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. And but there it is. Okay, so he avoided jail time because he was sentenced this week. Actually yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So he's been sentenced to 1 year of domestic violence counseling after being convicted last year of assaulting and harassing his ex, Grace Jabari. I think this was a win for him. In the sense, Malik, what method is this hair exactly? That's a really good question, Cupcake. I think you should ask my brother that, and maybe he'll explain. But I I think Walona had her hair. Okay. Let's focus on let's focus on Jonathan. Okay. I think with Jonathan, this goes into a conversation on whether or not these black men should be dealing with snow bunnies, right? Like some of us have went to the side of pink before. We've had moments, and that's fine. But to be in a relationship, like there's some people that frown upon interracial relations. I personally don't. I believe that you can't help who you fall in love with, right? Like that's something that you just can't help. However, I also believe that you need to be careful on when you start making yourself, it becomes a preference for you. Like if somebody comes along and you just fall for them, that's, some of us, huh? Listen, honey, listen. If you've kept it strictly chocolate, I get it. If you kept it in the melanin black bracket, I get it. That's fine. Do your thing. But I'm not gonna knock somebody for liking or caring about somebody or falling for somebody. Well, if you count my husband, I get he's so funny. There's no choice. Only week with, but do some background. That's what I'm saying. Do some background checks. Honey, I've seen some fine ass pink meat today. I bet you did. Dr. Ho. But that's fine. I'm not gonna knock you if you decide to date Ken. If Ken, decides, if you fall in love with Ken, I just want to make sure, you get my colors right as a bridesmaid. That's all. That's all I ask for. And Cupcake wants to be the flower girl. That's it. But my point in saying all of that is that you can't help who you fall in love with. However, there's been an issue when it comes to, did you know? Hey, Simeon, what's up? I hopped down the bunny trail before. See, that's what I'm saying. Simeon, it's all good. Handle your business. Everybody's done it before. But my thing is when you make it a preference. And I feel like Jonathan Majors has, prior to Megan Good, has made it a preference. And thanks for joining, Simeon. Appreciate you. Me and niece got the flowers ready. I know that's right. But I feel like it's been a preference, and that's really my concern. You really need to be careful when you start making it a preference, because now this is where you're going. This is what you're gonna have to deal with some of these situations, and when you start getting known by that, it's a problem. And if you allow them to fetishize us, that's also a problem, right? And I feel like with Grace Jabari, she fetishized that word, Jonathan Majors. And I get it. Look at him. He's fine. He's gorgeous. Beautiful man. Beautiful black king. Okay. But you know, you just got to be careful. So now you now know that you can't go down that road. And hopefully, Megan, because you can't expect a Coretta Scott King, right? Right, Dr. Holt? My God, on today, I don't think I could ever make it a preference. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Like it's if you dabble, okay, if you happen to fall in love with, but a preference, I don't know. I don't know if that's the thing. Well, as far as this dude is concerned, he wanted someone to be his Coretta. Definitely wasn't Grace for her or her cousins. That's what I'm saying. You can't expect a black queen out of someone like Grace. It's just not gonna happen. I'm sorry. So, you know, just like you can't expect Kim Kardashian out of Megan Good. It's just not going to happen. Black women are built differently. Completely. I'm just saying. You know, don't shoot the messenger. Okay? Praise Jesus. Let's move forward. All right. Last story of the day, y'all. Jerrod Carmichael. He's been he's been in, I just got a text for it. He's been in the stuff in the blogs, y'all. He's been talked about. He has a new show out, a new reality show rather, and it's quite strange. He was on it's very strange. He was on The View this week. Jerrod, his comedy stand-up, when I first saw his comedy stand-up, it's very dry, it's very dark humor. I personally enjoy that type of humor. But my problem becomes when you take it too far, you know, and I feel like he recently took it too far. It was just recently reported, I believe I want to make sure I'm correct, as of last night, that Jerrod Carmichael said something on his special, his comedy special, that wasn't appealing to people. It wasn't cute. Take a listen.
I sometimes joke to him that like our relationship is like that of like a slave and the master's son who like teaches me how to read by candlelight. Yeah, he groans too, because he's a good person. He doesn't like that fucking joke. I like that joke. That's my burden. I think that shit's hilarious.
So what he's talking about, for those who don't know, is that his boyfriend is a white male, cisgendered gay male who they're in a relationship. Yeah, I'll replay Cupcake. Yep. And he said this about his white boyfriend, that he feels that he sometimes he jokes around and feels that he is the slave, and that his white boyfriend is the slave master's son, and that he finds it funny that they have these type of race jokes and race baiting, or not race baiting, what is it, race play in their relationship. Let's take a listen again, because I don't think y'all really heard it.
I sometimes joke to him that like our relationship is like that of like a slave and the master's son who like teaches me how to read by candlelight. Yeah, he groans too, because he's a good person. He doesn't like that fucking joke. I like that joke. That's my burden. I think that shit's hilarious.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem. I don't have a problem with I think comedians need to have the space to say whatever they feel artistically they need to say. My problem is that you now have a responsibility as a black male, as a prominent black male within the culture, specifically the gay culture that you've chosen to be a part of. and be out and proud of. You have a responsibility to not. Hey, what's up, Sean? How you doing, Queen? You have a responsibility to not. What's the word? You have a responsibility to not allow your fandom and your space that you have come to as a prominent person, that your fame, to override your blackness. Because at the end of the day, I'm black first, right? I can hide who I am. I won't. Right? But I can hide who I am. I can't hide my blackness. I can't hide who I am. And one of the frustrations that I have with some of these these newer black famous people. Hey, what's up, King? How you doing? Thanks for joining on Instagram. Um my problem is that you are forgetting that you are representative now for other little black gay boys that are out there that are gonna look up to you and say, "Oh my God, I can see myself on TV." I couldn't see myself on TV when I was growing up, and even my predecessors, the generation before me, definitely couldn't see themselves on there. And even the generation before that, they didn't even see anything that related to the alphabet mafia, the LGBTQI plus community. So when you have this opportunity to open up, because I think that people think that, oh, if you're a rainbow child, then all of a sudden, everything's all hunky-dory. No, there's still racism within the community. There's still racism because at the end of the day, these are still white. There's white gays that are still privileged but because they're white, right? And so you have an opportunity to do that. You have an opportunity to speak on our culture, to speak on who we are, and to speak on um the accomplishments and the what we brought to the LGBTQI plus community. You have an opportunity to do that, to really show our history, and you are playing. And not only that, you are now we already have to deal with so much within our own culture, within our, and as a black man, as a black gay man, I have to already deal with so much within my community that I'm fighting for. And so to have someone who is like me go out there and say something that is so disgusting about our culture, it's not even cute. He's 37 years old, Dr. Hall. That's another thing. He's a millennial like me. Have you not learned? Have you not seen what's going on? We literally came out of our pandemic. During the pandemic, we had a whole Black Lives Matter issue going on. None of that appeals to you? You thought that saying a race joke is funny? Like that? I'm highly disappointed in you. I'm disgusted. He's 37. You need he needs a whole ass whooping. He does. He knows better. He knows better. And there's a difference. They just don't understand what this life entails. That's what I'm saying. Because he too, because of the proximity to his of where he is, because he thinks, because, oh well, my boyfriend's white, I can now have that rub up on me. I can rub that privilege on me. That's not okay. Because that doesn't translate to you. It doesn't translate to you. You are still going to be looked at as the Negro in the car. When your white boyfriend is driving and you get pulled over, or if you're driving and you get pulled over, they're not going to look at him. They're going to look at you, the slave, and not the slave master's son. as you so eloquently decided to articulate during an intimate moment and decided to share with us. I don't care what y'all do in the bed, but you decided to put us in the group chat. You decided to let other boys and girls who are now looking up to us, who are now looking up to the the older generation, and say some dumb mess like that. That doesn't make any sense to me. What is that about? And it doesn't feel good when I see so little Black gay representatives saying something like that. It doesn't feel good. It's not cool. We already have to deal with the crap in the church. We already have to deal with the crap on everyday streets, on the street. We already have to deal with the crap even within our own gay community. And so you add insult to injury by do you think you're going to be the next Dave Chappelle? It's not funny. They're already looking at us like we're a pariah. They're already looking at us like we're a problem. And you just add it into, and I'm not saying that Jerrod Carmichael represents every Black gay man. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that you are representing one, yourself. And you have chosen to utilize that privilege and that platform for some BS. There's nothing funny about what you said. Nothing. And it's an insult to the previous generation that has fought for the rights for you to even be able to say that you're gay on and not have any backlash. It's also an insult to those who are looking up to you. In the memory of my Nana, boy, bring your that's what I'm saying. If that's how he operates in his relationship, that's his unfortunate business, but leave us out of it. That's what I'm saying. Simeon says, and what is this the slave boy called in the heat of the moment? Hello. That's what I'm saying. Because if you're giving us that much into what you claim is just a joke, and that the conversation that you have in pillow talk, what are you saying? What are you not telling us? And if that is the case, why are you allowing that? There's nothing funny about any of this. There isn't. So my question is, and we've come to this point of the show, what now? What now that we have these type of situations? What now? Well, first of all, in all seriousness, Terrance, never put this wig on again when you're doing an interview. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we love you. Bye. But what now? Let's go forward and get into the conversation that's happening, what Terrance is talking about. Is this going to be a situation where we're going to amplify what Taraji was talking about? Because remember, Taraji was bringing this up and saying that Black women as a whole in the industry is not getting their just desserts, right? So is this going to be amplified because he's a Black man, or are we just going to sideswipe what Taraji's been talking about, or is this going to be a unification opportunity? Is this going to be an opportunity for Black men and women to come together and actually have a conversation about the industry and what's happening with people and their pay and their in the inequality? That's something to think about. And as far as conversations go with coupling, I don't care who you date. I really don't. Because for me to sit there and tell you that you should not date somebody white, or you should not date somebody Black, or you should not date somebody this and that, or whatever, would be a disservice to what I asked for as a right to date and love who I want to love. So I'm not going to tell anybody to love or who they should and should not love. That's not my business. What is my business and what I want to know, and what is a question now, is what now? What now that you have the opportunity to get with people? What type of relationship? What type of unification are you going to have when it comes to the coupling between you and another person of non-color, of non-melanated background? What is this going to look like? So when Jerrod Carmichael is dating his white boyfriend and they're having conversations with it, what is that going to look like? Are you going to utilize this situation? Is every black man that is prominent going to get with a white man? Look at Don Lemon. No shade to his relationship at all. They recently just got married. Congratulations. What's his name from Queer Eye? He was on Real World. I believe it was Real World, one of the Real Worlds. Karamo. He just recently married a white man. You know. Now we have Jerrod Carmichael, and then allegedly Little Nas X's dates Snow Bunnies. You know, what does that say? Now we have some people. I forget the stylist that was on. They had the couple on Netflix. They're a Hollywood couple, and they're gay and they got together. They have a styling company. I forget their names, but they have a show, or they had a season at least on Netflix. We don't see a lot of representation of that. So what does that mean? When are we going to have representation for us? When is it? And if we do see black representation, for gay black men, it's usually bloggers or vloggers or influencers. I see a lot of them on TikTok, where they I think Richard and why am I forgetting his name? Richard and Charles, beautiful black gay couple. There's another couple on YouTube that there's lots of wonderful black gay couples on that need to be highlighted, but they're not on the mega level. They don't have a Netflix show. They don't have they're not movie stars. They're not, they're not like that right now. They're just influencers. So what does that do for us? What does that do for people who and again, I get it. I get that he's a equal opportunity. I'm not saying that these people cannot date. What I'm saying is that when you get to you can't say crap like what Jerrod Carmichael said and get away with that. That's not cute. Oh, I'm not going to say them. But I mean, you can add them to the group. I mean, whatever. My point is that at the end of the day, it's just really sad. It's sad to see. Our black men operating the way that they are, in those circumstances. There's nothing funny about um, uh, being compared to a slave. There's nothing cute about it. It's nothing funny or cute or I don't care how dark I like a lot of dark humor. But when it comes to certain things, I just feel like they're just off limits. Slavery, kids, people's mamas, like I just dead loved ones. There's just certain things that you just don't cross. And as unfortunate and as unfair as what I'm about to say, it's reality. We unfortunately at this juncture have to operate differently than our white counterparts. I don't care if y'all don't like it. I'm sorry. Some of y'all like, well, that's not fair. That's not an opportunity, blah, blah. Some of y'all may not like it. Some of y'all may understand what the hell I'm saying. But we unfortunately have to operate a lot differently than our white counterparts. I'm sorry. It's the way it is right now. We have to do differently. We have to be better. We have to do things better. We have to think ahead. We have to think differently. We have to look at certain things and say, oh, that might not fly over well with my community. Because what was the joke for? Who was the joke for? Was the joke for us, or was the joke for them to laugh at us? Something to think about. It's something to think about. All right, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's show. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much over there on Instagram. I appreciate you guys for listening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on today. Don't forget to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe as you guys are coming in if you're watching on the replay. And yeah, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's very much appreciated, all of the stuff that you guys do. Make sure you guys text Blaze to to 833-793-2423 when you guys are wanting to subscribe, or if you guys want to get notifications, rather. There it is. Text text Blaze to 833-793-2423. I appreciate you guys. You'll know when we go live or upload, so that way if you're not getting notifications from YouTube or Twitch, you can go ahead and get a notification directly from us. We'll send a text message to you when we go live or upload. Thank you so much. Great seeing you today and hearing you. Same to you. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing. Smash that like button wherever you're watching from, whether it be on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And until next time, stay blessed, stay stress-free, and I'll see you on the next show. Peace.
Thank you for watching Pyro Media Network. For more information, please visit pyromedianetwork.com.